right. Thank you, Christine, and welcome.
Thank you, Tom.
Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to the penultimate edition of the Irish Night at Blue live stream concert series. Two more folks. We're winding down just in time for Christmas. You don't have these annoying Wednesday night shows to come to anymore. We're very happy tonight to host, for the first time at Blue, a newbie for our series, Miss Christine Hedden from. I've been saying Haddon for a long time, but I got it about 2 months ago. I corrected myself. Um, from the Boston area, originally from Connecticut, a fiddle player and a singer and a guitarist, and we're going to hear a little bit of everything and some original tunes mixed in with some traditional tunes tonight. Going to be good stuff. How you doing, Christine? Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Tom. Doing
My
good
pleasure.
here.
You holding out in the apocalypse, okay?
Oh yeah, not too bad here.
Christine was originally booked to perform with Quiveen O'Farrell, who played for us back in November. Unfortunately, the pandemic kept that show from happening live at Blue. We hope we get back there again someday. We might see somebody from Blue at the halftime. I was really late sending them the link, so maybe not. But we hope they're doing well and holding in there, and we hope we will see you all there soon. So Sean Gavin's next week, folks. Sean Gavin, I don't know what he's going to do yet. Probably going to have some special guests from his family. There's no dearth of talent there, and he's bubbling up with his family somewhere. So I think it's going to be a good one to end the season with. Come back and see us then. For now, buckle down, buckle in, and hit the chat and let us know what you're thinking and how you're feeling. And let's all give a big round of emoji applause, the best you can through the interwebs for Christine Hedden. Take it away, Christine. Have some fun.
Hello, everyone. That first tune there that you heard as we were sneaking into the show is called The Firefly. It's one of the tunes that I've written. It had no name, and my dad and I were playing it one evening, and he looked outside, summer evening, in his room where there's a window looking out on the Christmas tree farm that I grew up on, and he said, well, why don't you call it The Firefly? And in the summertime, there's lots of fireflies, even though there aren't lots of trees anymore. There used to be lots of fireflies in the trees, and now just in the open fields. And it's kind of like Starry Night just surrounding you. So that's a little bit about where I'm from, kind of the magicalness of the place as I like to think of it. Then I went to school out in Pittsburgh and Ann Arbor. So some of my tunes relate to those two places. Like this next one is called The Huron. It's the first tune that I wrote when I moved to Ann Arbor. And then I'll follow that with two John Dwyer jigs, The Sunny Hills of Barra and The Fox in the Thatch. I get to roll right along, I suppose. 1 second. Okay, never mind. Let's switch over to guitar pretty quickly here. So the first music that I heard growing up were my dad's lullabies, singing lots of James Taylor and Joni Mitchell and folk songs on his guitar. And some of the first music that I wrote were little songs set to Tolkien's poetry that I would sing while I was playing imaginary games in elementary school. But even though that's where I've started, it took me a while to try my hand at songwriting in a bigger way. There, now you can see my guitar. It wasn't until my composition teacher in Ann Arbor mentioned that some of the most powerful music we hear or can tap into is the first music that we've heard. And so I started experimenting a little more then. So this song was also inspired by that same Huron River, by a trip down the river. And it's called Down River. I saw you by the water, standing high beside the tide, and I too shy to speak with you, came to sit there by your side. Lovely lady, walk with me through the flowers and the fields. Take my hand and run around, and we'll see what time reveals. Oh, love, won't you go down river with me, down river with me, down river with me, down river with me. When first we went walking, well, you held your hand in mine, and soon we got to talking of our days further down the line. Love, take my hand again, for the time's been a-coming around, for us both to smile and you to say, it's together we are bound. Oh, love, won't you go down river with me, down river with me, down river with me, down river with me. You took me to the water's edge and there began to pray. When I woke up the very next morning, it was in your arms I lay. You're the beauty of my morning, you're the song of my evening sky. And when you took me to that river, well, you opened up my eyes. Oh, love, won't you go down river with me, down river with me, down river with me, down river with me. There's a river where I met you, there's a river by your side. A river runs through my hometown where I used to hide. Soon I will be running down this river far from you now, and don't you dare come find me lest you find our love proves true. It's time to let you go down river to sea, down river to sea, down river to sea, down river down river to the sea. Oh, won't you go down river to sea? I'll let you go down river to sea, down river to sea. I saw you by the water, standing high beside the tide, and I too shy to speak with you, came to sit there by your side. And back to the fiddle. Okay, a set of reels for you. Continuing with the Ann Arbor theme here, the first two reels were written by Marty Somberg, a key figure in the Irish music scene in Ann Arbor. But he doesn't just play Irish music, he plays all sorts of different kinds of music. And I took a few lessons from him while I was there. This first tune he taught me the last time I was over his house before moving away, and we were just playing tunes for fun and He had this one and it was untitled at the time. So when I asked him what it was, he said, 1 second, it doesn't have a title yet. And he went to the other room and he came back with a list of tune titles, and it may have been the first one on the list. I can't remember that detail, but one of the titles was Last Time Till Next Time. And he said, why don't we call it that? So Last Time Till Next Time. And then Sean McGlynn's, another one of his, and then one of mine. I usually don't sing quite so many songs, so this whole switcheroo is a little bit different than I'm used to. I might encourage guitarists to distract themselves with their phone or something, or a good book or a tasty beverage, because I'm going to have to retune for the first of a few times. So this next song I wrote towards the start of this whole crazy quarantine situation. It was early April, and I was just thinking about, and at that time, of course, none of us had any idea that it would last this long. But already then I was thinking about what we would go back to after all of this. And I was looking at the quiet street and wondering whether we would go back to everyone being crazy busy and running around and the kind of lives we were leading before, or whether it might be a little different. And we have yet to find out. And I was also thinking about the things I was missing at the time. And I'll let you see the guitar again, I suppose. What will we return to when the moon has turned this tide? Will the summer come with blood red sun rising o'er the oceans wide? What will we go back to when no longer we must hide? I dream only of the days to come, anywhere just by your side. I will return down riverside, where the valley open skies. I will return where pine trees sigh, and in summer bluebirds fly o'er golden hay. What will we return to when the moon has turned this tide? Will the summer come with blood red sun rising o'er the oceans wide? What will we go back to when no longer we must hide? I dream only of the days to come, anywhere just by your side. Back home I'll go to hold your hand and to rest. Once again, back home I'll go to hear your voice and to sing. Once again, together. What will we return to when the moon has turned this tide? Will the summer come with blood red sun rising o'er the oceans wide? What will we go back to when no longer we must hide? I dream only of the days to come, anywhere just by your side. I will return across the sea, where my love waits for me. I will return back to his arms, and never again will I wait for tomorrow. What will we return to when the moon has turned this tide? Will the summer come with blood red sun rising o'er the oceans wide? What will we go back to when no longer we must hide? I dream only of the days to come, anywhere just by your side. I dream only of the days to come, anywhere just by your side. Another song for you now. Also related to this time, but actually an old song. Just guitarists, just distract yourselves, please. I thought I might be able to chat while I was tuning, but now I'm thinking better of it. It's weird trying to come up with some banter just by yourself. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is actually an old song, but I came back to it at the start of COVID and quarantine. I wrote it in 2017 at a time when I was very sick with what is still an unknown mystery illness, where I got these fevers that would just climb and climb and climb, and then the doctors would just try to stop the fever and try to figure it out, but to no avail. And even though it was a very frightening time, it brought some really beautiful moments, because I got unexpected time with people that I really loved, that I wouldn't have had if I was, working or just leading a normal, busy life. And so I was thinking about it at the start of COVID, because I think we were all relating to these kinds of experiences, the fear of the virus itself, and this unexpected time with our loved ones, and also encountering just impermanence with something we didn't know how to wrap our heads around. So the first 4 verses come from that time, and then I added 2 verses later on at other moments when I kind of encountered the same feeling of impermanence that related to that time in different situations. So that's a lot of words for a very simple song, but here we go. You speak of your father, he's resting in the sky, and I hold tight to mine, for it's then I realize that although we are young and our path has just begun, we don't know where the stars may go. I walk the Rocky Mountain through a fever in the night, and you lay by my side, saying it will be all right, and you hold me through the fear of these fires I can't control, and we don't know where the mountains go. You help me climb the stairs, and where'er the road may bend, and we smile at our fortune that we have this time to mend. And although we say goodbye on a train that's sunset bound, we don't know where the tracks may go. My Father comes to tend me, see me through this lonely night, and he sings a lullaby of the tapestry of life, and he sings that all we have are these moments that we share, and we don't know where the threads may go. One night waiting for the bus, where the streetlights do abide, when the man from the union comes to wait there by my side, and we hear 3 cracks of fire echo downtown crossing sound, we don't know where the shots may go. I turn my eyes to home, o'er the hill where birds will fly, but they're fleeing from the farm where they've logged the trees to die. Can you hear their crying pain, or your greed and or your gain? You don't know where their songs may go.
Hoping that was the end. I was coming back. Hoping it was another pause. Anyway, that was lovely. Thank you so much. Sounds great.
Thanks.
We're at the halfway point already. Goes fast, right?
Uh-huh.
Got some folks watching. Hey, everybody out there, welcome. Let us know you're here in the chat, and hope you're having fun, enjoying the show. Sounds great, Christine. Thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for
It's
having me.
nice to have a new voice for us. We've had several people that are newbies to the Blue series show up in this live stream concert series, and it's mandatory that you all have to come and play in person once it starts happening again. That's part of the deal. So hopefully we'll see you before too long, now that vaccines are rolling out and getting put into people, and looks like we may still have a government next week. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but I'm looking forward to a change there in the new year, and that should be a good move too. So overall, sunny days ahead. That's what we have to keep telling ourselves.
Yeah.
But a little bit more of this quarantine stuff going on for a while yet. Everybody needs to be safe. Use your head. But thanks so much for the music. A lot of original stuff in there, which is very cool and unusual for this genre, kind of. Um, I love hearing original tunes once in a while, and we hear them here and there, but not so many all in a row from the same person. That's great. Um, and the songs are great too. And they were obviously, I would say, obviously anyway, kind of inspired by traditional stuff. You
Yeah.
have a lot of the same, patterns or maybe just sounds in there. How does that work? Do you try that on purpose? Is that just the way they come out?
I think it's just the way they come out, just natural. Just being surrounded by that and singer-songwriters, I think, kind of leads me to that.
And that's a lot of what's coming in, I guess, to the
Yeah.
years. So it makes sense that it'll come out. I used to write songs once upon a time, and I always said they were just floating by, and I happened to be playing my guitar at the right time. Um, no rhyme or reason to it. It just kind of happens. But really nice, and they
Yeah.
do kind of have, they sound like original songs, but they do have a traditional bent to them. And the tunes are great too. What is your I would say you probably play more than just Irish and traditional world. Probably some old time and Scottish tunes, right, and things like that.
I've well, so I grew up playing New England music, which,
Yeah,
draws from all the
contra
different.
dance.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
started there. I like the Irish tunes best. And then I've had friends who play different kinds of music,
Mm.
so I'll play with them too.
Yeah, I find it
And
more common, the music's getting so popular. There's more and more people into it every day. More people from your generation, say, I don't really like that word too much, but and they're starting a lot younger and they're hearing a lot of different things. So it's also widespread and available digitally now and things like that. That you have a lot of people that are playing multiple, kind of genres and putting it in there. Me, I'm happy if I can get Irish tunes out of the pipes. I'm not going to be venturing into Swedish music anytime soon, but that's good enough for me. But it's really nice to hear that too. So, how many tunes do you think you've written, like fiddle tunes? Any
Uh,
idea, or is that a bad question?
no, I had a reason to count a few years ago, and I don't remember how
So it's
many. There, maybe around. I don't want to say at least, but somewhere around 40, around the
wow.
counted. Yeah, which yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Hopefully, there's a book coming out at some point, or EP at least. Got to get them out there.
Yeah.
Um, well, thanks again. Like I said, everybody out there watching is having fun and some nice comments going in there. You got some friends on. You can see if you watch the videos after the fact, you can see the comments come up. So you'll be able to. I think you could even reply at that point. I'm not sure, but you'll see at least who's talking to you. Um, everybody, I'm going to put the link once again into the chat in Facebook and into YouTube. I meant to do that before I started talking, but there we go. So it's in there. If you like the music and you like what Christine's doing, please say it financially. Spread your love, spread your appreciation with cold hard cash. That's the way we like to do it. So times are rough, for all the musicians out there. A lot of people were used to playing a lot of gigs and sessions and stuff, and making at least part of their living that way. I think you're doing okay, teaching lessons, right? Hanging
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
That's great. I found the community that at least the people that I know and the people I've had on the series here remarkably resilient and flexible, and finding unique ways to keep themselves going and make some bucks in the meantime. And it's been great. There hasn't been a whole lot of tragedy or sad stories. It's been a lot of people being very creative and proactive. So good on you. But every little bit helps, and we got some ways to go left. So everybody, hit up that PayPal link now. Just click on it. If you're on YouTube, it doesn't turn into an icon, so you might have to copy it and paste it into your browser, and then it should come right up. You can click on it. Send Christine some of your dough, and you'll feel good about yourself. She'll feel good about everything she did. I'll feel good in general. It's a win-win all around, people. And if you have a little bit extra, if you can afford a little bit more, there's another link I put in at the beginning, and I'll be putting in later on towards the end for Blue. Blue is the venue in downtown Portland, Maine, where we normally do this live every Wednesday night. It's coming up on 15 years in February of consecutive Wednesdays. We have a few months off here and there, of course, but we miss being there in person, but we're looking forward and confident that we might be back there again before too long. And we'd like to help them out and make sure that they're still around when we're ready to come back. So if you have a little bit extra, go ahead and give them. If you're watching tonight and the pandemic's hit you hard or anything else, and you can't afford to give anything, that's totally fine. We're happy you're here, and we hope you enjoy the music too. So pass this around, share it with your friends and all that good stuff, and we'll get some more folks to give and come back. I got one more show for you guys in this series. It's coming up next week on the 23rd with Mr. Sean Gavin. It's going to be great. Be a nice capper. Be a lot of tunes. Who knows what Sean will do? Always good for a surprise. So come back then, and maybe we'll have some fun somehow. And then the only thing planned for 2021 right now is the 15th birthday for Irish Night is on February 3rd. That's going to be our 4th annual hornpipe night, which is big fun for us in Portland, and that's probably the only place that happens and the only people who would really like it. But we really like hornpipes up here, so we get together for a night and play nothing but hornpipes, and it's kind of a riot. We've had a really good time the last 3 years, so we're going to see how it goes virtually. It won't be as much fun not being in there with everybody, but it'll still be fun, and we'll get some good hornpipes out there. That's about all I got. You got anything you want to add, Christine? We didn't hear much from you, but I think that I'm getting the picture that's okay with you.
Thank you to you for keeping this all going, and that's a feat during normal times, let alone pandemic. And everyone, please be generous to Blue. We all want to go back. I want to go there for the first time. Yeah.
Sounds good, and I hope very much we get to hear you and Quivine play together in person someday.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a great matchup. That was certainly a great show we had with him as well. So, if without further ado, if you're ready, might as well jump right back into it, everybody. Christine, is it Christine Delphine Hedden? Do you prefer that?
Either way,
Either way,
my
there
middle
you go,
name is
folks.
special to my family, so that's why I keep it in there.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead and welcome her back with all the emoji love you can possibly muster up at this time. Take it away, Christine.
Well, speaking of weaving, I usually play this next song with Quivine Oferio and my dad, two wonderful guitar players, two of my favorite guitar players, and I feel like a spoiled bluegrass princess when I get to sing this song with them. I wrote this song when I was getting on an airplane. Not my last time flying to or from Michigan, but second to last, nearing the end. And I was thinking about the idea of saying goodbye. And I was especially thinking about times of saying goodbye to my family. And so each of these verses talks about someone in my family, recalling moments of saying goodbye. And it's called When the Aster Blooms. So. When the aster blooms, well, the seasons are changing from late summer to the waking of an early August dream. I am bound now for leaving, and it's time to say goodbye. But I'll always remember late summer sun in your eyes. Here we are together, walking slowly by the river and down the hill from Sunset Cliffs and by the ocean side. We are always together, taking time from broken lives to touch the heels of heaven in our dusted summer skies. When the aster blooms, well, the seasons are changing from late summer to the waking of an early August dream. I am bound now for leaving, and it's time to say goodbye. But I'll always remember late summer sun in your eyes. We rarely spoke in words, you and I, we'd sit together on your carpet full of fantasies and blue mountainside. It's hard still to leave you as I go off alone, and it's hard to tell myself and you I'll come back home. When the aster blooms, well, the seasons are changing from late summer to the waking of an early August dream. I am bound now for leaving, and it's time to say goodbye. But I'll always remember late summer sun in your eyes. Here we are together, sitting down beside the river in gardens full of roses at the top of slow inclines. And although I'll always miss you, I look forward to tomorrow when we'll sit beside each other on our little mountainside. When the aster blooms, well, the seasons are changing from late summer to the waking of an early August dream. I am bound now for leaving, and it's time to say goodbye. But I'll always remember late summer sun in your eyes. Love, I am leaving, and the seasons are changing from late summer to the waking of an early August dream. We travel through the fog in your valley this fine morning, and I'm gone before the sun will rise, and your eyes missed today. Back to the fiddle. Should probably check this. Original jigs. The first one's called Kellogg Street Peaches, and the second one is called Cunninger Blackberries. Actually, a little bit of this too. Hey. I might have another set of reels for you, but I think I'm going to save them. If we have extra time, we'll come back to them. Guitarists, distract yourselves. Here comes another little bit of tuning. next song is called The Druid. Oh, I suppose you should see my guitar again.
Alongside those rolling waves, if only I could wander there beside him all my days, deep peace would come to me, love, like the swan rests in the bay. If only I could wander there beside you, and the waves is on across the waters, past the mountains in the sky. It's there I look each evening as the stars begin to rise, and it's there I'll look each dawning at the first light on the hill. It's there I'll look each morning for my love. He calls me still. If I could build a ship, love, like my father's long before, I would cast off from the mountains to the skies that I adore. I would sail upon the dust, love, that lights up by the moon, just to anchor there beside you, where we met upon the dunes. The druid, he waits till evening, and the swan, she waits till dawn, for the spell upon the waters of the bay to all be gone, and my love, he is awaiting far beyond my rolling hills, though I ask of him no duty but to wander where he wills. When comes the time for harvest of summer days gone by, and fires in the mountains that I've known for all my life, it's then I'll see my own love from across those rolling waves, and it's then
under stars for all our days. All right. 2 waltzes for you now, or airs, depending on how you wish to think of them. I don't necessarily think of them as a set, but I'm going to play them back to back. I tried that the other day and I didn't mind it. The first is actually written after meeting someone special. And the second was actually written kind of towards the end of a time somewhere. So we have meetings and leavings right next to each other, I suppose. A little bit about the second tune. My dad and his best friend still keep in touch, right? Letters, emails. When I was going out to college in Pittsburgh, he told his best friend that I was heading out there. And he said, well, stay with my wife's family. So this tune is written for my dad's best friend's wife's mother, if you follow me. She was there as we pulled in at 11 o'clock at night, the night before moving day, car full of college stuff, and stayed up till the wee hours of the morning talking to us, telling us stories, and such a warm welcome, even though she was already very, very old at the time, but you would never know it from how young she acted. And she was just a very warm and loving person. And her name was Angela. So the second tune is called Planxty Angela, and the first tune is called is the first of a few tunes called Sweet for Queeving. And I hope to have time for a song after this, but we'll see. 2 waltzes first.
That was beautiful, Christine.
Thanks.
Really lovely. I think you should definitely give us the song.
Okay, are you sure?
Absolutely.
I feel a little guilty because I posted the chorus to Facebook
Nope.
and asked people to practice harmonies.
We are right on time, and
Okay,
take all the time you need.
cool. All right, so I'll finish this up with one last song. I wrote it about 4 years ago after a certain particular event in our history. No, right after the election 4 years ago. I ended up listening to lots of Pete Seeger was what happened for days and days and days and days. And also, in the few days after the election, was talking to friends and everyone like everyone else and hearing everyone's fears and worries and everyone's different stories or different situations. And when I got on Facebook, the first post I saw was by my little brother, who's a farmer. And he doesn't post to Facebook that much. And when he does, it's usually a picture of a cow, something just really simple and happy and lovely. And he posted an article like that was basically pinning. It was saying like that. It was making a generalization that farmers were uneducated, which we both know to be not true. And you're just watching people from all different sides of you make these judgments about each other. So I was thinking about all my different friends and their different stories, friends who moved from different countries, friends in different kinds of relationships. And that's where this song came from after listening to lots of Pete Seeger. And I didn't mean to tell that long of a story. But here it is. I posted the chorus, and I really can't wait for the day that I can sing this with real people and hear your gorgeous harmonies. So I hope you join in on the other side of the screen. So here we go. It's pretty easy to pick up. All we have is the love in our hearts and the love we choose to give. Come brother, come sister, let's show the whole world it's by love that we learn to live. He gathers the sunshine in bales of hay and the moonlight in her eyes. And though he's moved not 1 mile away, by the land he's old and wise. All we have is the love in our hearts and the love we choose to give. Come brother, come sister, let's show the whole world it's by love that we learn to live. She's traveled the country from coast to coast and the world from holy lands. She belongs to the people in the land of her birth and to us on liberty's sands. All we have is the love in our hearts and the love we choose to give. Come brother, come sister, let's show the whole world it's by love that we learn to live. My love, he lives on a distant shore, and our neighbors just live next door. Let's let he be with he, and let she with she. It's all one love we adore. All we have is the love in our hearts and the love we choose to give. Come brother, come sister, let's show the whole world it's by love that we learn to live. I believe in the earth and the fields and the sky. She believes in one God high above. And although we approach with 1,000 hands, it's still the same sacred love. All we have is the love in our hearts and the love we choose to give. Come brother, come sister, let's show the whole world it's by love that we learn to live. We march to the sound of the beat in our hearts, and we run to the drum of the crowd. Let's have courage to listen and wisdom to speak, for all voices both quiet and loud. I am hopeful for us who can look inside and see there's still room to grow. All colors of people, let's stand alongside and learn all there is to know. All we have is the love in our hearts and the love we choose to give. Come brother, come sister, let's show the whole world it's by love that we learn to live. All we have is the love in our hearts and the love we choose to give. Come brother, come sister, let's show the whole world it's by love that we learn to live.
All right. Fantastic.
Thanks.
It's quite the anthem. I think Pete would have liked that a lot. That's right up his alley. He would have sang all the lines in between singing all the lines, but that's Pete. I think you should sell that one to Michael Franti. Do you know who he is? He's kind of a pop singer, but he sings all of like everything he sings is about love and peace. He's a very very vibrant, energetic, and positive fellow. He would like that one a lot too. It's a great song. Thanks a lot, Christine. That was really great stuff, and it's so great to hear a bunch of original things I never heard before. It's great to know that that's being done, and just it's a living tradition. I was trying to avoid using that phrase tonight, but there it is at the end. And maybe we all need to add to it as much as we can. I think you're doing a great job there, and great playing and singing in general anyway.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. I hope we see you in person again before too long, and I hope you stay safe and well during the rest of this weird period, and looking forward to the next time.
Yeah, seeing you in person someday. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you to Blue.
Great. All right, good night everybody. We'll see you next week for Sean Gavin on the 23rd. That's the last one for a while anyway. So come back and see us then. Maybe we'll have a little Zoom party after it or something. Somebody reminds me. We'll see what happens. But we hope we're all safe out there. We hope you're all doing good and going to have a great holiday. And remember, everybody be nice to each other out there and take care of each other. We'll all get through this just fine.